Hello, thank you so much for being here, Cindy, and you are here at Soulprint Intuitive Tarot. I'm going to do what I hope is going to be actually a very fast reading. I want to take a look at the situation where you have some of those bigger media types, the influencers, on YouTube and other platforms. Um, i- i- there were some indictments that came down, um, basically saying that what was happening was that there was literally Russian talking points being fed into these media types for incredible amounts of money. I mean, I don't know about you, but I can tell you if somebody paid me $400,000 this month, I wouldn't even need them to pay it next month. Like huge amounts of money. Um, but the Department of Justice has now they've indicted 2 people, but my understanding is the people that they have indicted are Russians, and I do not believe that they're in the United States. So, they've been indicted, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're kinda gonna, get caught. But what I wanna take a look at is so we know, right? We know that there are, because the Department of Justice told us, there are influencers out there who are um, literally parroting talking points that are coming from Russia. So let's follow this for a second. Um, Russia says 1, 2, 3, ABC. Then the influencer says 1, 2, 3, ABC. And then a senator says 1, 2, 3, ABC. It does not take rocket science to figure out that those people are all using the exact same wording and phrasing. And if it's originating out of Russia, that means that to some degree there has to be an awareness that that was where their talking points were coming from. And if they were so anxious to repeat them, one wonders what kind of um, motivation they may have been receiving in their bank account um, to stick with those points. Now, I'm not going to single out specific people, all right? And listen, we know who there are, right? I mean, you've got a Jim and you've got a Marjorie and you've got like a Matt and you've got, okay. But what I want to do is I want to take a look just at the overall energy in Congress as this sort of bombshell blew up. And as these people are trying to absorb it and kind of figure out um, how much danger or trouble they may be in. Because, if you have, um, you've already identified, YouTube or other media people, and again, the wording is the same. So that's what I want to take a quick look at. So here we go. Um, Russian influence Congress, Russian influence Congress. See what we've got here. Okay. So we're starting off with the Five of Swords, right? So this is that sort of aggressive energy. This is the energy of um and it's interesting because when I focus on it, it's not even about well, kind of it's more about bullying. It's about, I will retain my seat. I will do what I need to do to help my party. I will stay on the right side of this, even though by and large most people would say it's the wrong side. Um, but it's right. So there's this just sort of this aggressiveness, this sense of, I will do whatever it takes because frankly, I want what's going on, what I'm getting, what I'm receiving. I want it to keep on coming. Money, about money. Okay, bottom line, it's about money. And that's the thing, I mean, one of the things that Trump has really, really um, helped to lay out, all right, for us is how, um, without any morals, without any conscience, without any regard for pretty much anything. These these politicians, to the lengths that which they're prepared to go, and the pretzel shaped, right? That they will literally just turn themselves into, because where there was a time where, you really would have gotten into trouble for lying to the public, now it has become so commonplace that we're numb, right? I mean, let's face it, we hear about, um, Trump said this many lies or that many lies. Apparently, it's in excess of 30,000 lies during his time in the White House. And I guess half of them came in the last year. So, let's talk about that energy. But we're kind of numb, right? We're kind of like, "Ah, yeah, he's mouthing off again. He won't shut up. Why doesn't he close his mouth?" Right? I mean, we're not reacting with sort of the indignation that would have been happening before him. So this really is about communications, all right? So you have the King of Wands sending out the message, and the minions repeating it and starting off into the future, and happy, happy, happy to repeat the words, repeat the stories, and amplify that message. This is one of the things that's really interesting is, how come these people who surround Trump, and I'm talking about people in Congress who do his bidding, um, how come they haven't yet figured out that everybody he associates with ends up in trouble? They lose, they don't win. But for reasons that you and I probably will never be able to completely fathom, they have this feeling that they're the ones who are special. They're the ones who are going to end up in the inside, right? Very, very important to be inside Trump's inner circle, particularly given what he wants to do, which is, of course, what Project 25 wants to do, from day one when he's going to be a dictator. So there's this sort of understanding of, like, we have to make sure that we're on that inside circle because otherwise it may not be safe for us. So, well, unfortunately, you've got some really, I don't know, unfortunate energy coming your way. The Wheel of Fortune, that was once in your mind, upright, because you were on the receiving end, is now upside down. And some of those blessings are going to start being called into question. Um, you're going to have to explain them. You're not going to have good answers. So there's some real bumpy energy coming along. And the Department of Justice is not going to let this go. In fact, they really feel like um, this is not something that they're going to allow people to walk away from. They're not going to make it easy for people to, um, just move away from it or ignore it or um, um, s- slither out. Okay. This is interesting. These are the three cards at the bottom of the deck. I have the sun, total, complete exposure. You have, what is that? The Seven of Cups, delusion, confusion, promised all kinds of abundance and riches. And here comes the pain, right? Here comes the end of that cycle for you when you're going to recognize that you've been in bed with the devil and you will now pay a price for that. So, this is a situation that's going to be going on for a while. So I'm going to look at it again, but I just should take a quick peek and see what some of those members of Congress were doing because they they're not off the hook. They're just not. And if they foolishly are thinking that "Phew, I escaped that one, they didn't run far enough, fast enough, because they will not escape it. And this is something that the next um, incarnation of the Department of Justice under the Harris administration is going to continue working on. This is not something that they're going to, kind of just push to the side. It's it's too big. It's just simply too big. It's gotten to the point where it's almost become acceptable for outside countries, whether it is Russia or Saudi Arabia or whomever, to interfere in elections of democracies and kind of get away with it. Everybody's just kind of going, oh, well, that's what they do now. Well, no, the way you prevent them from doing that is by calling them on the carpet and making sure that there is a significant price to be paid for doing that. Okay. Um, as you probably have figured out, this was recorded earlier, so that's why I'm not talking about yesterday night's debate because it hasn't happened yet in my world where I am right now. But probably Thursday's video, I will take a look at the debate and see what's going on there energetically, what the implications and ramifications are. So I'm looking forward to doing that and to watching that debate. Although I really am going to have to mute, I don't know, Trump's voice every time he starts to talk because I swear he gives me hives. Um, but anyways, okay, that's it. Thank you very, very much for being here. Take good care of yourself. Be well. I'll see you soon. Don't forget to put questions in the comment section below. Bye for now.